All right, all right, all right. What is up, Honey Badger Nation? Welcome. First episode of Honey Badger. Little Q&A action. What's up, Mr. Stasek? How are you doing, brother?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Started the new year off in some tropical weather.
How was it?
I know we're going to talk a little bit about another tropical place that we like a little later.
We'll get there. We'll get there in a second.
Yeah, man. Yeah, got my shirt on right now. Actually, a little Puerto Rican action. So
Puerto Rican action.
Yeah, man. It's really different, but very, very nice. And so I was very fortunate to be able to hang out with Gene Frederick and a ton of other just great people that have moved there into the Palmas area. So the first half of my trip, I was in Palmas, and got to experience some authentic Puerto Rican food. My favorite, by the way, was the way they do lobster. And I got to experience steak and lobster 3 nights in a row. I just said, why order anything else? Let's just roll with it, and it was amazing. Fresh right out of the
love that.
Yeah. So did that. Got to spend New Year's with a great group. Jeff and Marcy Willems was there. Don Hobbs was there with Allison, and Dave Kennard was there with his whole family. So I got to ring in the new year with all of them, which was really fun, really cool. Of course, Gene Frederick and everyone.
Uncle
it was
Gene.
just what's that? Uncle Gino. Yeah,
Gino, the goat.
The goat. And so he picked up a nice. He has a new house there. Excuse me. It's terrible. Everything. The living
Everything
condition
there is terrible. Yeah.
Right. He's got this beautiful home on the side of a mountain overlooking, a marina and the ocean, and in the way back distance is the rainforest mountain. There's a mountain. It's a rainforest. So terrible view he has to put up with and tolerate every
day. Yeah.
But I got to spend time with them, and it was great. Then I headed up to Dorado to see Mike and Jay, and I stayed at the Ritz, and I highly, 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 highly recommend that if you're going to make a trip to Puerto Rico, and you want to sightsee and this and that, I would definitely recommend going to both places. Try to see as much as you can, but at least do a night or two at the Ritz. I've stayed at some really nice places, and I've stayed at many Ritz, but nothing beats that place. Property. Oh my God, it's just the service is unbelievable. The food was remarkable, and then of course we got more lobster and more steak and cooked out at Jay's and Amber's for our last night. So it was fun. It was a good trip. Like I said, it's much different than the States. But the weather, you can't beat it. It's much fun. So
that's awesome. And speaking of other tropical locations and the Ritz as well, is we locked in the contract, I believe yesterday is what Ms. Holly said. And so we are set for Kindery Stasek Mastermind in St. Thomas on September the 27th and 28th. So I know Holly wanted us to make the official announcement here for all of you guys tuning in. And so you can go to kinderystasek.com, get all of the details, register. And she said it won't, she said the room block will go fast. So, if you're committed, you're coming, go ahead and, make that happen.
Yeah. The thing with this event is obviously, because of the pandemic, and we've had so many events just keep getting pushed or canceled and whatever. Yep. By September, for anyone that I've been, talking to or listening to that seems to know more than us about this virus, is that September is right when, some people are saying that we're going to get back to some type of normalcy, right? Good. So right now, we're about to pull our first live event for a that we've done for a while. We're all social distanced out, and you're coming into Columbus to do that. By the time that the mastermind comes, we should be in a better position, I would just say, than we are now. So, and this mastermind will for sure sell out. And
it will. There's only so much space available there at the Ritz. So we are at the Ritz on St. Thomas, and guys, there's other places to stay. You're going to have to get a Jeep or something to get back and forth. But if you can stay on property, the Ritz in St. Thomas is unbelievable. The view is not bad, probably not as what it is in Puerto Rico, but it is it's unbelievable, and it's something that we've been looking forward to. I think this will be our third mastermind there on that property. Mm-hmm. I've stayed on the property maybe 5 or 6 times, and it's guys, if you've been to one of our mastermind events, you know what we're talking about. If you have not, it's an experience that you'll remember, and I want to say life-changing, but it is. I mean, you got a man kind of lurking around in the room with you that's attended a couple masterminds, and he's attended a mastermind at the Ritz in St. Thomas.
Yes, I did.
So Harley can speak to that.
I think
one of our fellow original honey badgers, right?
Original.
Oh, yeah. The original.
No.
He is. He's one of the what was you guys were what year 3? You were
3 maybe
year 3, year 2, or year 3.
Year 3, something like that. Yeah.
Him and Chris.
I remember what you guys got us, those Seahawks helmets. Yep. Those are legit. I think I put them on and did a little headbutt after we
got 2 official honey badgers in the room over there. I love that.
Just badgering it up. But the Ritz there, is just absolutely amazing. Absolutely. I distinctly remember talking to Jay about dreams and whatnot, looking over the infinity pool that laps right over to the ocean.
It's unbelievable.
Absolutely cool.
Let's ask Carly a little bit. Like, okay, you started attending the mastermind probably sometime around 2012, 2013, right around there, right?
Yep, I think so.
What changed when you attended the mastermind? Number one, did you just attend one and stop? And if and then tell us a little bit about what it did for your business and personal life.
No, so basically, joined the mastermind. Well, we were in just EGS.
Yeah,
right? and then joined the mastermind. I think it was
Phoenix,
like the second or third one. Yeah, it was in Phoenix. Yeah, right? Yep, that's right, Phoenix.
Yep.
With
Darren Hardy,
the accountant.
Greg Crabtree.
Crabtree was there, right? And I think that might have been his first year. But anyway, amazing growth. Chris and I had just gotten together, doing not much really in volume, and we didn't really have very good direction, and we were immediately blown away, right? We never stopped through the whole thing. So right, I mean, just kept on going. In fact, I was just telling one of my agents today about that, because he just got his license, just got him into doing the CHBA, and all the coursework, right? And just and I always got to say, hey, look, guys, this is what we used to pay a lot of money for to be in, and now we get all the benefit of all this stuff, and it's all just there.
How much was the monthly for you for mastermind?
Is it okay to say?
Yeah. Sure.
You're paying what, $2,000 a month, and I don't remember if that was individually or just both Chris and I, but either way, I mean, $2,000 a month for a year, 24 G's plus the trips, right? So I mean, we budgeted
$5,000 each.
5,000 each, right? So I think our total budget was 30-40 grand a year for all that, which we felt was completely worth it. I mean, we just dramatically increased businesses and had a ton of fun doing it. Was the main thing, right?
Yeah.
Just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, brother. Great seeing you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Good seeing you too.
Al, here we are, new year, new start, kind of a continuation building. I know a lot of people in this group, never let up, kept the foot on the gas, had their best years ever, in their professional career, the best year ever. And, a question that I've been, pondering and also throwing out is, as you're kind of thinking through the next 12 months, the next 24 months, the next 36 months is, imagine, I want you guys, listening in here or listening to this replay to kind of step back for a second and imagine, your life 12 months from now. So you're on here with Jay and myself and Albie, January 5th, 2022. And what, for all of you listening in, what has had to have happened in that period of time, both professionally and personally? I mean, that's the key. That's the rip, right? That's, where most people tend to struggle, they'll go all in on business and personal fails, or they'll go all in on personal and business fails. But for both professionally and personally, for you to be happy about your progress. So it's something that, just been kind of challenging, in conversation and, with clients, and challenging them to think about that. Like what has to happen? What has to be true for you to be happy about your progress? And I know Bryant Melton's tuning in. Get to St. Thomas. That'll help you be happy, for, this time next year. So no, just, really, I want all of you guys to listen in and really, really think about that. And as you know, with this organization, with the Honey Badger Nation, we're all about, pushing and growing. And, it's like Harley was talking about, he didn't come to one mastermind event. They came to every damn one of them. And it was because it was a room that was pushing them to grow. It was a room that was pushing them to be better. And that's what being a honey badger, that's what the honey badger mentality, that's what this community is all about, is pushing to be better and adding value and coming from a place of contribution. And, it's just who we are, Al, that it's just who we are, wired in our DNA. Like, we focus on how can we be a little bit better today than we were yesterday? And how can we help our team and our community and people around us be a little bit better today than they were yesterday? And I really want you guys to think about that and what has to happen, over the next 12 months for you guys to feel really happy, feel great about your progress.
Yeah, I want to go deeper on that, because
Please.
For me, my story of the mastermind, it boils down to, first of all, you mentioned the honey badgers. Everyone thinks that's a fun name, and I want to be a honey badger. What's truth about the honey badger is that they don't know what a comfort zone is.
Mm-hmm.
A true honey badger don't live inside the comfort zone, because the comfort zone, there's no growth that happens in that comfort zone, And so I want you guys all to think about, when I look back at my decisions, right? And in 2012, I had ran a Tough Mudder competition. I was in really good shape, but I didn't do one thing with my fitness routine, which I should have before that race, and I wasn't stretching enough. I ended up tearing my hamstring. Couldn't even walk after that. Like, tore it jumping something or whatever, and was on crutches. And I had just opened up my first real estate office. I was with Remax at the time. And I'm sitting in the office, it was raining, and I'm sitting there and, just trying to set appointments. I was literally going on appointments on crutches. And so in walks Mike and Jay, unannounced. I knew they were coming to Cleveland to see Dan Kennedy. They were spending $30,000 for one day with Dan Kennedy. One day. So, this investment that we're talking about is a drop in the bucket. But having said that, I was like, what are you guys doing here? And at the time, I was coaching, with Coach Cliff, Uncle Cliffy, and I had actually taken a break from coaching because I was opening up the office. I had a lot going on, whatever. So I wasn't even in the coaching program. They had literally just launched Mastermind, and they had done one Mastermind in Aspen.
Yep.
So they walk in, they're like, "Hey, why don't you come have some beers and wings with us tonight? We see Dan Kennedy tomorrow." So I did. And at that mastermind, or not mastermind, at the lunch or whatever you want to call it, Mike Reese, Mike Reesed me basically.
Gotcha.
Like, "Hey, why don't you join us at the mastermind? We're going to the Kentucky Derby, and it's going to be fun." And I never even was into horse racing, never wanted to go. It wasn't on my bucket list,
It's a hell of an experience.
But I'm like, this mastermind, right? And so, I went home and on crutches thinking, there's no way I'm going to do this. There's no way. And
why were you go a little deeper on that, right? Why were you thinking that way?
Well, I was thinking that way for a couple of reasons. Number one, I really didn't have the extra cash to go on a trip right now because I just spent $75,000 in opening up my first real estate office. So that was number one. Number two, I'm coming out of the first quarter. So cash is already low because of the business itself. And I just blew through a bunch of money opening up my office. Three, I'm on crutches. So traveling on crutches was an issue. And, I remember like Patty was like crying, like, "Don't go, don't do it. This is not the right time. You can go to the next one." And I'm like, something was just telling me like, if I don't go to this, I may regret it. And when you look back at that one decision, it was an easier decision to stay in my comfort zone and not go. I had a million reasons not to go. And I went. And man, so many things happened at that event.
I'm glad you went.
I mean, we may not be talking right now. I mean, there's so many things that could have the trajectory could have just changed with that one decision, right? So I want everyone to hear this and think to yourselves, look, I'll use another Michael Reese-ism. I'm going to eat steak and lobster anyway. Whether you come to St. Thomas or not, I'm going to be there. I'm going to have steak and lobster every single night. This is for you, right? So think about your decisions. Think about decisions that you may have made in the past that you wish you would have made them earlier or different, right? Because they changed the trajectory of not just this year, 2021. That's just a speck on the map. It's going to change the trajectory of your next 5, 10, 15 years, and being in a room for me with people that, were just so far more further ahead of me, it was beyond inspiring. It made me believe. And some of you that are watching this right now need to believe a little more and what you can do and how big you can go. It's that lack of belief in how, your vision, right? And how big that could be just because maybe in the past you fell short on stuff. And you know what? I've fallen short a ton, so that's kind of where,
I love that. And I've seen it, I've been in every room, since Aspen day one, right? I've been in every one of them, and just honored to be able to kind of lead from the front on these events, but I've literally seen it change people's lives. And, one of my most recent favorite life altering, being able to witness is the ATL crew.
Oh yeah.
And, seeing James and Ron and Levi and Morris and Dan sit in that first Key West room. Mm-hmm. And when they came back to Key West the next year, they were completely different human beings.
Yeah.
Completely different human beings. And it was because they made that decision to come down to Key West and came into the room and gave themselves permission to play all out. Yep. And that's what I love about the room is that you can't let ego get in the way. You've got to come in there and be vulnerable. And when you do, that room will change your life. And, I've seen some of the most like you would think the walls are up. So think about the last Kentucky Derby, who was in that room, how powerful of a room that was, but how everybody gave themselves permission to come in, be vulnerable and play all out. And it was one of the greatest experiences, right? Like even those that were on the bus with us that went to the Derby, I would have never thought that they would have been as open and vulnerable as they were, but they got in the room, they got in the environment, and, you know, and I love it. And being able to see the trajectory of what they were already going to do great things, but being able to see that even on another level has been really, really cool. Yeah. We don't have to sell on this. We just want you guys to know that it could be one of the best decisions that you ever make.
Yeah. And I mean, whether you can make it or not, some people have some legit reasons why they can't, you know, make some good decisions, you know, burn the boats, make this the year that you burn the boats, get rid of the bullshit excuses and shed them and go after it and think bigger. Now, that's a little bit more difficult to do all by yourself. And of course, we're here to cheer you along and everything like that. But the reason we do these events is what John just said. It's all about the environment. Everyone's heard environment's more powerful than will. And that's not just a cliched statement. It's so true. And that's why when you get in the environment and you're around these people that are bigger thinkers and big thinker, and it's that collaborative, no ego, let's be transparent and lay it all out there. And I mean, John, what we used to do, and we kind of got away from it a little bit, was we would do hot seats where we broke that, like one person would volunteer to do a hot seat. I know you've done how many hot seats?
As many as I can.
Yeah, tons of hot seats where, you know, someone that's running a team has that's doing well over $1 million and some are doing 2, 3, 4 million a year in commissions, breaks down their business and not only tells what's working, but also comes out with their number one thing they need to learn, the number one problem they need to solve in their business. And the group solves it, helps you solve it. Most powerful thing I ever saw happen.
Al, I'm throwing it out there right now. If we have anybody listening in that's going to come to St. Thomas that wants to be on a hot seat, we'll open it up. We'll put some hot seats into the agenda. And I'm throwing the challenge out there to you guys right now. You know, Harley, I mean, I saw what it did, you know, Acapulco, you guys on the hot seat, right? What that did for your guys' business just by going through that experience. You know, talk to that a little bit. Like what, you know, even the preparation up to the hot seat, right? What all went into that?
Yeah, so the preparation, really just getting clear on the numbers, right? And the conversions of them and really what has been happening and being real with that, with yourself and your team and absolutely knowing it. And of course, and I think we were coaching with you at the time, John, right?
Yeah.
During that. So, you know, naturally we had a pretty good handle on that.
It was, I know what questions you're going to get hit with. Let's be prepared.
Yeah. Right. So it was, it was a little while ago. So yeah, I don't remember real specifics, but the main point is that yes, being prepared for the hot seat and knowing, you're going to get, what does Tony Robbins say? The person that has the best answers asks the better questions, right?
Yep.
So you want to ask those questions of yourself and your business and where you want to go with it, and really what is it that you want, and focusing on those things. And that was some of the main stuff that in the nuggets that we would get out of it is not only knowing this some other perspective that we probably hadn't thought of before, but also just the relationships of some of the folks that we ran into. Not only just in the room, but but also just the speakers, you know, and some of the vendors and whatnot were just absolutely transformative for us. So,
well, I mean, right there,
for them today, in fact. So.
Yeah. I mean, look right there. I mean, that's, you know, the connection even with the two of you guys. So lifelong relationships, lifelong, you know, altering, changing. So check it out, KinderReStasek.com. All the information's there. And get registered. And we do have a private Facebook group everybody that I think has ever attended a mastermind is in that group. So definitely a fun group to get into, get plugged in, create some relationships, and rock and roll.
Hey, did we talk? We have a new, the newest honey badger in our group here.
Snoop D-O-double-G.
This is Snoop D-O-double-G. Say hi, Snoop. Hey, honey badger. Hey, honey badger.
Yeah. Hey, John, how much time do we have left on this thing here? Because I gotta burn the boat story. I want to tell you.
I would love this. Fire away.
So I some changes with me this year, and well, I guess last year now. But part of those was acquiring a new office. Okay, so new office location, whatnot, and so it's a purchase, right? So go and do the inspection and whatnot. And I hadn't seen it. I hadn't actually been there. And it was this old like Victorian place, mixed use commercial, big cool house, right, with some land and whatnot. And it was kind of a fixer, right? And part of the deal was that the guy that owned it he was kind of a hoarder, and he had a bunch of these just junk in the backyard. So the deal was that he had to pull that all out. Everything had to go right on closing and whatnot. And I had heard this that it's kind of a sailing community, right? So they just had like all these like old boats back there, just like tons of them, like dozens of these old broken down boats and whatnot. And then we're like, what is he gonna do with all this, right? And so I get up there, I roll up, get out, you go do this inspection, go see the house for the first time, and I see a bunch of smoke in the backyard, and I walk back there, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm burning these boats. Said, you're doing what? He's like, oh, I'm burning the boats. And I'm like, you're doing what? You're burning the boats? You're right, you're burning the boats. I might use a couple other words.
That's greatness.
Yeah, man, is that okay? I'm like, oh yeah, that's great, burn the boats. I'm like,
oh, I love it. I love it.
Burn the boats, man. I'm like, this is the best sign like ever.
Yeah. I mean, that's just great. I mean, I think there's a lot of people tuning in. There's a lot of people in this community that need to burn the boats.
Yeah.
Really, they really do. Faux shizzle.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Like,
when he called and told me that, he was so excited. He's like, you'll never believe this.
Never believe what happened, dude. It's boats, literally.
I love it.
I
love it. Any of you guys listening in, tuned in, if you're in the Columbus vicinity and you're wanting to get some human interaction and some awesome training, we are in Columbus on Thursday and Friday this week. So, man, still a little room available if you guys want to, make that decision and come join us. We'd love to have you.
I'm trying to put a link in there, and I can't put it in the comments.
Yeah, it's not going to let you through the StreamYard. What's the?
I'll do it. I'll come in through Facebook.
Facebook. All right, so throw that in there if anybody wants to check out last minute details. I know it's last minute, but some of the best decisions
any of you
we've ever made have been last minute. So
that's right. There we go. Got it in the comments. Yeah, we're staying at the Embassy Suites Columbus, and the room block for the it ends tonight. So if you want the special rate for the room block, I got a message from Andrea today that ends tonight.
Okay,
you're gonna want to book for Wednesday night and Thursday night. Because then, Wednesday night, you'll be right there. We're up nice and early, starting early on Thursday morning. And then, so if you're anywhere in the Ohio region, including Indiana, if you're Michigan, come on down. We did it in Cleveland. We had over 70 people, I think, the last time.
It was unbelievable.
It really was. It was the first time that we haven't done it in Dallas,
Yep. And the first time we did it in 2 days instead of 3.
And we did it in 2 days. Right. So normally this is a 3-day commitment, And so for sure, if you're in the Columbus area, you need to get there. But if you're not, come see us. Oh, and I'm just going to throw this out there to everybody because I went live today and I don't think I got good reach. I'm going to go live again to promote the event. But understand, like, we're barely by the skin of our teeth breaking even on these events. These are not for us to make money. This is straight up value to help you get trained like a trained assassin so you can earn more listings, earn more money, you know, and build your business better. Or if you're a team leader, help train your agents. That's actually why the boot camp was created. It was so that the masterminds that all had teams and brokerages could bring their agents and have the agents trained by the best. So I'll make this offer to any of the honey badgers. If you come to Columbus or you're in Columbus and you spend the first day, Thursday, and you get to the end of the day and you don't think that was worth your time, energy, and dollar, I will pull out of my pocket the money for the ticket, which is $197. In fact, I'll add $3 more. I'll give you $200 back, the extra $3 for your gas. Okay. And you can keep the training materials. That's coming out of my pocket. That's how confident I am you're going to love it. So that's my guarantee. If you don't like it after one day, just come up and be like, yeah, this sucked. But I'm the reason I'm making the offer is not because I want to give money away. It's because I know that when you walk out of there, just after day one, let alone day two, you're going to be blown away. And it's not about a rah-rah session. This is just solid information that you probably won't have heard anywhere else. But these events.
Yeah.
Get
yes,
it.
Sir. I love it, man. I'm pumped. Can't wait to get on that damn airplane tomorrow. I'm ready. I am ready. It's gonna be good,
baby.
Cool. Appreciate you guys listening in. If you have any questions, anything business related, agent attraction related, throw it in. We'll hang here for a few more minutes if you guys don't have any questions. But yeah, you know, I mean, that's the biggest challenge that I would throw out to all of you guys listening in is, you know, embrace that honey badger mentality. Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. You know, I don't know, my favorite comfortable story. It's the understanding of it, right? You know, it's just, you can't get comfortable in the jungle, right? And that's kind of the honey badger mentality.
Yeah. No, you can't.
Cannot, because
love it.
There's something out there that might get you. All right, cool. Well, appreciate you guys. If anything else pops up, you have any other questions, hit us up, and hopefully get to see quite a few of you in a couple days in Columbus. Are we in a bus? Are we going in a bus?
Ryan really might have a bus.
All right.
He may very well have a bus that's fully stocked, in fact. Because
that would not surprise me.
If it's a bus that belongs to those boys, Johnny Hart and our boy Ryan, going deep into Columbus land, you know it's not. And there are all kinds of surprises in that bus.
You know, the state of Ohio is riding high right now with the Buckeyes in the championship and the Brownies in the playoffs.
That's right. OH.
I-O.
Cool.
All right, fellas. Appreciate ya. Snoop.
I'll see you at the airport in 2 days, brother.
I can't wait, brother.
All right, man.
Be good. We'll see you guys.
See ya.